Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Beach FM, and a very great pleasure to welcome once again back to the program from the Paekakariki Community Board, the Chair, Holly Ewens. Holly, a very, very good morning to you. Last time we talked, we were at a whole different level, weren't we?
We were, right? We were still in lockdown, weren't we? And now my youngest is off at school, so things are changing.
Sigh of relief. And yes, sighs of relief all over the place as we're slowly coming back to whatever the new normal is, and I believe that could involve a new playground.
Exactly. So listeners might be aware that Paekakariki only has one playground, and it is in an awesome spot in Campbell Park. But that playground was due for renewing as it was rotting away. And so the council went through quite an extensive consultation process and agreed on a design, and obviously that wasn't open during level 2, and it meant that there was a bit of a delay in actually finishing the playground, understandably. But today, I believe at 3 o'clock, the playground will be open for the children who have been patiently waiting in Paekakariki, and I know that there are some really excited kids around, so that's really wonderful. So I'm pleased about that.
It is. And they've been so good over the last 8 weeks, and here we are, a little bit of a reward. So that's a wonderful thing. Now, we have Seedlings. This is something Paekakariki is famous for. But the Seedlings, they seem to take off so well. And, of course, not only do they grow great vegetables and other plants, but also they grow the finances of a local educational institution, I believe.
That's right. That's due to the really hard work of a group called Potty Potters, who work out of the Paekakariki School Garden. If you haven't been to the school garden, after COVID has quietened down, I do suggest that you go and have a look, because it really is an amazing spot, what they've done there. So this was part of a resilience forward-thinking resilience initiative that the Potty Potters managed to action prior to lockdown. So they planted seeds, vegetable seeds, knowing that we were coming into a time when people will be struggling to continue to struggle to put food on the table. And in Paekakariki, as with most of the coast, we have big sections, and most of us can manage to have a vegetable garden of some variety. And also the lockdown made a considerable dent in the amount of money that the Potty Potters earn, because I know listeners will be familiar with their big plant sale that they have twice a year. They have an autumn plant sale and a spring plant sale, which brings in the bulk of their funding, which pays for an educator, a garden educator at the school. So they really sort of need to make some money back. But this initiative is about providing, if you can afford a koha, then you give a koha, and if you need the vegetable seedlings, you can just take what you need and plant them at home. So they had that first one last Sunday from the school garden from 11 to 1, and they've extended it to this weekend too, from same in school garden from 11 to 1, which is a brilliant initiative, which I really applaud.
So do I. They're wonderful. And it's a great way of achieving a whole lot of very desirable ends. Now, I believe you've been involved in the Paekakariki Pub Story.
Yes, now I published that this week. One of the joys of lockdown, and I know listeners will appreciate this too, is that people go and clean out the garage or clean out those boxes of photographs or whatever. I know lots of people who have done that during lockdown. And Mark Amery, who is also editor of the site along with me, found these incredible images who are from Andrew Ross, who's a well-known New Zealand photographer. Some of his work now lies in the Te Papa collection. So these are photographs of the last days of the Paekakariki pub, really. The black and white photographs are absolutely beautiful. Mark has written a piece to go with it. And we are calling out for more stories of Paekakariki pub. We know that there are multiple. And so if there are any writers out there, or those who might have some wonderful old photographs, to get in touch with editor at paekakariki.nz, because we hope this will be an ongoing little series of stories about the Paekakariki pub. But I I suggest you jump online and have a look at paekakariki.nz because they're really great, and they'll bring back a lot of memories for a lot of people, I think.
I think so, yes, indeed. I remember going past in the train and getting toasted by the enthusiastic people in the pub. It was one of the traditions, wasn't it? It was
Yes,
great.
It was.
And so that's wonderful. When did the pub as such close?
Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head. I was living in Paekakariki then, and it was a very sad moment. I know that it was a very sad moment. There are some people who have certain relics of the pub dotted around their homes and in their garages, whether they be floorboards or a mirror from the ballerina bar. But yeah, it was a very sad moment, I think, in Paekakariki's history to see that pulled down. Yeah,
it was. Now, I believe there is something called predator-free Paekakariki. Can you illuminate me about that?
Yeah, so that's another story that you can find on paekakariki.nz. But there's a group, they were one of the earliest trapping groups in the country, and they were called Paekakariki Rat Pack, and working closely aligned with Ngā Uruora, and they made rat traps. So it's the boxes that go outside the rat traps, basically, so that to keep them away from pets and so forth. And they have just aligned themselves with predator-free New Zealand, and there's all sorts of different predator-free sort of subgroups of that dotted around the country. And there's a really neat article on the site about that, and you can actually order. I've just ordered one myself. I've found a big rat that's living in my compost heap. And so I've just ordered my rat trap from them, and it comes in a box that hasn't been delivered yet, but I'm looking forward to trying to catch the wee mite, but well, not wee mite, this one's massive. So but at the moment it's actually really interesting. There's a trapping software and website that was developed by Ground Truth, who are another local company who do all sorts of amazing environmental things.
Yes.
And you can see all that, so you can log in your trap. So let's say you catch a stoat and, for rats or whatever, you can actually put that in. It's called Trap New Zealand. It's very interesting, and it shows it all in infrared about where all those traps are based. And, the idea is that the more people that have traps, that we can hopefully, it's an ambitious goal, but if we could try to get to predator-free status, imagine what that would be like for our bird life. But that's their very ambitious aim. But I don't want a rat living in my compost, so in the meantime, I'm quite happy to try and catch it.
It does bring up the point that the more we deal with issues locally, the more it can have a cumulative effect and can have a very, very large effect. And let's just hope that we can become predator-free, because, when it's done in Kapiti Island, let's do it in the mainland as well.
Yeah, well, haven't we learnt something from COVID, what we can achieve when we all work together? It is quite amazing. Let's take some of those good lessons forward.
Great. Lovely working with you, Holly. Thank you so much for your company this morning. It's so much appreciated.
Okay. Thank you, John. Take care.
106.3 Beach FM.